I've been launching videos, and for whatever reason, the sound doesn't work, and I have to redo them. There's a little bit of a lag between me and the internet. Let's see if we have sound here in a second. A little bit of a lag between. We're good. I don't understand. So I create the live. Go live, no sound. Delete the video, make a new one. Sound. Why? Why does this keep happening? Anyways, I'm gonna do some Muay Thai training tonight, but I wanted to get some bench press in, so nobody's in the chat, so I'll get my warm-ups going. We'll go with the close grip. Started my new cycle. So I should get most of my strength back fairly quickly. But I keep sabotaging myself. I went on a 4-day bender, drinking alcohol, and I haven't had a beer since 2013. So I relapsed, and like when that stuff happens, it just murders your body. I had some schmoo on the camera here. I'm gonna clean it up. Uh-oh. Is it better? No, it's still got the glare on it. See if I can... There we go. You can see me in all my glory. You imagine somebody flipping through and they're on the toilet and they see that part. What the hell's this? Somebody's having a seizure. Oh, who we got here? Sean Roberts. Alright. I got a laptop because I'm getting old and I can't read this, so I can see this screen right here. Give me a foot job. What does that entail exactly? Do you have, let's see, we got Void Chic Lover. Do you have the steel waist bearing hang machine? No, but I've got an inversion table. But, I mean, I don't know if that's, where is it? It's over there somewhere. It's behind my punching bag. I break that thing out a lot. Do a lot of core training with it. Steel waist bearing hang machine. That sounds interesting. I'm still getting this camera glare. Let me get a let's see if this works. There we go. There we go. All right. Hope you do 50 bench presses. I might. Honey salami? What size your feet have you ever done a foot job with someone? I mean, I've kicked people. I don't know if that counts. My size, I'm an 11. 10 and a half, 11. I'm 5'9". My license says I'm 5'11", and I think I shrank. all the heavy squatting because I don't remember my wife being taller than me, but she's got me by about a half an inch now. Sean Roberts, I don't, I'm too stupid to read hieroglyphs, but I got YouTube. Stop, what is this? Stop with a five hand? I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Watch my daughter talk to her friends, and she's like using all these emojis, like we're bringing back Egyptian hieroglyphs. So we're actually devolving as, and she knows what all that shit means, and I'm like, how are you communicating like this? Show me your feet, please. That's a little fucking weird, bro. But if you insist. Yeah. I've never been told they're ugly, but I've never been told they're attractive either. Need exercises for posture. Well, first of all, what deficiencies does your posture have? Like, so for me, I have an anterior pelvic tilt, so I have a tendency to stand like this, and my gut sticks out like I'm pregnant. But if I rotate the hips, I have abs. Like, I'm not flexing right now, but if I just relax, it sticks out like I'm pregnant. So I have years. So for that, properly bracing your core and doing like squats and deadlifts really helps. But what people have to understand is, like, you got years and years and years of your back being in that position. So to undo that, it's going to take time. But like posture could be your shoulders. It could be like, you got to give me more information. Honey Salami, you're welcome. I'm glad I could help. We got Sean Roberts. Let's see. My dream is to kiss your feet. I mean, it's good to have goals, I guess. Rounded shoulders, anterior pelvic tilt, partial shoulder subluxation of both. Okay, so for that specifically, Walgreens or whatever your like your medical stores you go to, like Walgreens, CVS, pharmacy, they sell a brace, and it's a cross brace that pulls your shoulders back in a proper position. You see this a lot with benchers, like heavy benchers that don't work, they don't balance their workouts. Their shoulders are like this. Rotate those out, and that I would wear that for however long. I would actually talk to your doctor, because he might say wear it for 30 days. How would I start? So first you got to find your correct posture, and it's usually you want to stand against a wall. But for anterior pelvic tilt, think about like you're boning the world, like you're humping the world. But you'll notice that that's uncomfortable, because that's how you're supposed to be. That's you're going to walk like that. But again, because those muscles have years and years and years of being in this position, you're stressing them to put them in the proper position. But once you know what your proper position is, you're going to try to be as mindful as possible. And anytime you see yourself doing this, stand up straight. But for exercises, honestly, the barbell squat's the best. But you have to learn how to properly brace your core. So, like, I was in competition. I squatted 600 and I got 620. I think I did a 650 attempt, and I actually got it up and down, but I stepped a little, so it didn't count. But regardless, in order for me to do that, I'm tightening everything. I'm locking the lower back in. I'm locking my abs in. So I got the barbell, and I'm just like locking everything down. that kind of creates a barrel. Like your core is everything around, and that's belts help with that. A lot of people will use weightlifting belts without learning how to brace their core, and what's happening is now they're actually hurting themselves because they're using the belt to do the work for them, and they're not properly learning how to unify it with the body. What's up, sweetheart?
I just want to say hi. I love your hair. It matches your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know what possessed me to do it, but I just decided why not.
I mean, I like it. And
But-
I also work out.
So properly bracing your core is something like I have when I'm training guys to, competition squatting, deadlifting. Most people get lower back injuries because they don't brace their core. They'll use the belt. They'll tighten that belt down, and the belt will work for you. But if you're not expanding into it, you're leaving all of your mechanics open to failure. But if you learn how to lock everything down, you'll tap into strength you didn't even know you had. And it helps with posture. It'll help straighten all that shit out. Look up a muscle called the psoas. Psoas. It's like a U-shaped muscle that goes around your crest. It's like around your spine. It's like it's a muscle that kind of creates a saddle. And look up training videos for that specific muscle, because that's a large part of people that have interior pelvic tilt issues. That muscle's either like so tight it's like a fucking guitar string, or it's not being worked at all because bad posture. Because when we're standing, like you ever notice when you're standing in line at the store, you're resting like this. Your spine's sinking, and you're just standing like that. So everything's relaxed, and that's why what they say 40% of men over the age of 40 have a grade 1 in their L5, L6 from bad posture and sitting. So that's 4 out of 10 men. Are you visiting my country, Israel? I've been there. I actually went to Tel Aviv when I was in the Marine Corps. Doctors suck mostly. I got a good doctor. If you find a good one, it's hard. You got to shop around. Like a lot of people think, with healthcare, you get online. It's a pain in the ass to find a doctor, so you go to the guy and you just settle for him. Fuck that. If he's not helping you, get a new one. It's like finding a diamond in the rough. But my wife's got a good one. I got a really good one at the VA. And then if you do, by the grace of God, find a good doctor, use that motherfucker. But I'm a competitive powerlifter, and right now I'm detrained because I took some time off, so I'm just starting a new cycle. My bench is probably 325, 330, but when I'm trained up, I'm hitting 425 ish. So you're gonna see me turn into a meatball, but it'll probably take a couple months. What was the point I was trying to make with that? Oh, yeah, I have a team. I have a physical therapist that I train with. I have a doctor. I've got a endocrinologist, blood work. I have a lot of people that help me. Even though I train mostly in my garage, you'd never know it. It's actually a pretty big team of people, and they're all affiliated with the United States Powerlifting Association, or the IPL, the International Powerlifting League. And they're based here in Vegas too, so I'm kind of lucky that I have that. So I get a lot of my information. I'm a dumbass. I just do what they tell me. And my wife is she's a board certified, she's a physical therapist, sports massage therapist. She used to do massage therapy for the Cirque du Soleil people here in Vegas. Pretty high end. and she's a, I would say she's a biology degree, and she's an expert in anatomy. So most of what I know about the human body is actually from her. Because I was like, before I met her, I was like, oh, I'm gonna train my chesticles and my upper bactoids. You know, uh, like, how do you get bigger? I don't know, eat more and lift more weight. But you know, now I train totally differently. Like I actually kind of have there's a little bit of science behind it. Uh, oh, dude, my ass is like, I'm gifted. God granted me a tuchus. Um, yeah, so you should train the psoas, but the psoas, there's the rectus femoris, which is the long head of your quads, doesn't get trained usually. That's how you elevate your leg. Um, that needs to be strengthened, and then what it's underneath the glutes. It's a little triangle muscle that articulates your leg. It's called the God damn it, what is that thing called? I actually had to have surgery because I had a back injury. I got a half foot scar on my back. What is that muscle called? I got a playlist. It's called Physical Therapy, and it's about a year long of videos, and it shows me going from learning how to walk again to squatting over 600 pounds, and like how I did it along the way, and it was all fucked up back because of the injury, and all the exercises that I'm doing will help with that specifically. So I kind of made a long time ago when I made those videos. They're a little bit old, and I wasn't really that good at video editing, so some of them are kind of hard to watch. But you can kind of like skip to the parts where I'm explaining the exercises, and it starts from like step 0, which was me on the floor just doing clamshells, because that's all I could do. It gets as I progress, I add a lot more advanced exercises, and they're all for strengthening the hips, lower back, um, anterior pelvic tilt. Smelly says I'm a gentleman and a scholar. What was your job in the Marines? Mark, I was 0844 Field Artillery Fire Direction Controlman. We had the M1908 155 millimeter howitzers, and then as I was getting out, they became a HIMARS battery, but I didn't get to mess with those. And I had the cool job. I was the fucking computer nerd in the tent that was calculating the fire solution, and we would call the fire mission. The guys that are on the guns are usually like big gorillas, you know, pulse strangle boom. You know, like you gotta have farm-fed, corn-fed motherfuckers to pick 200-pound rounds up and shove them in the tubes. There's a little setup where if smaller people had to do it, it's like a little looks like a little stretcher, and you put the round on it and they carry it up there, and a guy will ram it in there with a I don't know, fucking pole. I don't know what they call it. But we had some big motherfucking Marines. Todd Searin, he was like 6'4", and he just picked the fucking thing up and just like there you go. It's good to have. But he wasn't exactly a brain surgeon, you know. He was good at his job though. Todd, if you're watching this, I love you, brother. We're still friends. Let's see. Wise Crow says dude needs to train the brain also. I'm pretty sure it's empty. Oh, for sure, dude. I probably killed most of my brain cells. Did I go to Pensacola? Yes. What the fuck did I go there for, though? When I got out of the Corps, I actually did a little bit of time in the Naval Reserve, and I became a gunner's mate on the USS Cable. And we were stationed at Miramar. But due to my injuries, I never really did anything in the Navy, so they kind of wound up just separating me. Like, I got fired, I guess. I mean, it was like no harm, no foul. Thanks for your service. Go, you're free. Go away, kind of thing. Like, so it didn't hurt my records or anything. And a matter of fact, I got a note at the age of 46 where they were looking for FTC Marines, and they wanted me to re-enlist. I was like, what? They were offering like $70,000 bonuses, and then they were a free rank. But I'm like, at my age, at 46, I would have been I thought about it. I was like, man, you think of all the good times you had, right? But you don't really think about the bad. And after I really, really thought about it, like living in the barracks, doing police calls every morning, getting, morning formations, all the bullshit, going to the armory at 3 in the morning because you're gonna, go to 29 Palms to do fire missions, and you don't leave till 8, and you're just sitting there like an asshole, like all that. I was like, but I would have been a staff sergeant, so. But actually, that kind of makes it worse, though. You going to Iran soon, boy. Personally, I hope they fucking get rid of the Iranian regime. Like, just get rid of them. Those people, I've met a lot of Iranians that are almost westernized, and they're fucking cool people. And they don't like living the way they're forced to live. And it sucks. And I'm looking at Donald Trump, and I'm like, well, we're just fucking finish the job, man. Oh, I don't want to put troops on the ground for political reasons. Like, dude, most Marines want to fight. Like, yeah, fuck yeah, we'll go. I'll go do it. Like you tell a Marine Expeditionary Unit. I was the 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit with the Pride of the Pacific. That we're gonna go to Iran and remove the Shah and the fucking that, what is it? It's a theocratic. No, my brain's not working. But it's basically a tyrannical government that forces its views on its people, and if you don't agree, you're likely to disappear. I mean, when they killed that one college girl who didn't want to wear the burqa, and they fucking stoned her. Like, it's barbaric. I would love to see that regime get wiped out. And it kind of pisses me off that we went as far as we did, and they're not removing them. It's like, fuck those guys. That regime is responsible for most of the terrorism that's happened in the last 2 decades. They sponsored it, or the proxy wars, like the Yemen's. God, my brain is not working. Hezbollah. They got fuck, man. You know what I'm talking about, though. Iran didn't actually do the fighting. They basically gave up weapons and supplies to groups that are outside the country to do the fighting for them, but they were the ones that were sponsoring it. And, their ethos is pretty much death to Israel and death to the United States. Like, that's their end game. I'm like, fuck around and find out. Like, why we have the strongest military on Earth, and the people that are willing to fight. Like, people will say to me, like, did you feel used by the government? Like, they send you to die? And I'm like, no, dude, Marines want to fight. A bunch of young-ass Marines, and they're telling them we're going to go to combat. They're like, fuck yes, let's go. The civilian people don't understand the mindset of these motherfuckers. Like, we were psychopaths. We wanted to get down. And then, after you actually go to war and you see what it's really like, it tends to, one of two things happen. You either love it and you live it, or it fucks you up and you wind up with like PTSD and shit. And that happens because a lot of young Marines never have seen the kind of violence that you're in an arty battery, 155 millimeter howitzer. You're training for 2 years. You go to 29 Palms and you shoot the guns a lot. You never killed anybody. Then you get deployed. And you fire those howitzers at people. And as you progress, you drive through the areas that you just filled with HE rounds or whatever you're shooting at them. And then you see how gruesome it is. That for somebody that's never been exposed to that can fuck them up, and it changes their worldview. They've been exposed to something that they didn't even think, they couldn't even comprehend it, and they kind of snap. That's what real PTSD is. Or you get like your operator types that are like, well, what are you gonna do? And then those are the guys that stay locked in, and do you need to train the brain also? Shirt's empty. Thank you. I'll check it out. I'm grateful. Are you a progressive? Fuck no. You see those two flags back there? I wouldn't necessarily call. Well, I've noticed as I've gotten older and I have kids, I've become more conservative. Because I used to be like libertarian, anarchist in a way. Like I was anti-government. They're like, well, you served in the Marine Corps. I'm like, yeah, sure did. But no, I think our government is bloated, and it's if the founding fathers knew what we became, they would be turning in their graves. I'm a staunch believer and defender of the Constitution, and I think that if we followed that to the letter, everybody would be pretty fucking happy. Did you get back on, bro? I was here when you were running DHB. Yeah, I just started the cycle. That's Stephen Baker. Roger Geeb. I'm Special Forces in the Green Berets. I know what you're saying. Damn. Thank you for your service. Like, yeah, I was just already, I'm a pogue. Like, have gun, will travel. I was the guy you called for tech support. I'd be like, infantry tech support. Fire mission. This is artillery. How can I help you? Press 1 for HE. Press 2 for delay. Press 3 for white phosphorus. We had DPICM. What was it? Dual purpose improved conventional munition. It was either a cluster bomb or it would lay landmines. That was pretty fucking cool. And then we didn't have the copperheads. We didn't have the X-Cals, we had the copperheads, so we were able to shoot rounds that turned into missiles, and they were, you remember the old mules? The laser designators? Like, now technology's gotten to where it's kind of compact and easy to use. We had this fucking huge-ass thing that would blind you. We had a guy that got shot in the eye with it, and it severed his retina, and he had to get out of the service. He was a sergeant, and he fucking hung himself. Like, he couldn't handle it. When they told him, like, you got, like, they're gonna medically discharge him, and he just snapped. And it was such a freak accident. He just, like, the guy that was setting the mule up hit the switch and it fried his fucking retina. But now the laser designators are, like, way smaller. But we had the copperheads, we had the mule. Before I got out, because I got out right after the invasion, technology we started getting technology that was way better. Like, we got the GPS, the pluggers, and everything for the howitzers, so you no longer needed survey to lay them in. You could actually just drop them in place, and GPS told you, and it was pretty accurate. It was like within 2 feet. It improved, like, the setup and dispersal of the battery, shoot and scoot. Because, counter battery radar, which we had counter battery radar, and the enemy has it. So when you fire rounds, this thing can track where it's coming from, so they are going to shoot back at you probably. So we trained to be able to pack up the entire battery and move in 7 minutes. And we went to 29 palms for 3 months, and all we fucking did was set up and tear down, set up and tear down. It was the most miserable time of my life, but I'll tell you what, we got pretty fucking proficient at it. But now you're a Green Beret. I would love to hear, like, your stories. You got, like, you're, like, the real deal. Direct action, door kicking, and I got a couple friends that are Raiders, and they kind of do the Green Berets mission. Like, they're over there training, people, they're training populations to defend themselves. Kind of like I would imagine. I don't know, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but the primary mission of the Green Berets is you send small teams over there and you organize resistance, train them up, right? Isn't that your kind of primary thing? And the Raiders do that too a little bit. Stephen Baker. Oh no, I did answer you though. Anarchy equals freedom, community policing, and farming. Yeah, so where I was misguided when I was younger, I was an anarchist, anti-government. Like, my ethos was, your life's not my fault, and my life's none of your fucking business. Get off my lawn. That's literally what I stood for. I don't need to take your fucking cause up. If you want to be free, butterfly. If you want to turn yourself into a woman or a giraffe or whatever the fuck, I support your decision to do that. But I don't need to take your goddamn cause up. As I've gotten, so anarchy, like, as I've gotten older, I realized, like, we need fucking police. Like, my dad's a retired cop, my brother-in-law's law enforcement, like we, I would not want to live in Las Vegas if it didn't have police. Where I'm against the police is when they're used as, like, revenue generation for the state. You're just out there setting speed traps. Fuck that guy. But the ones that are actually, providing community service, like getting rid of scumbags on the street or responding to, domestic violence calls or whatever, like, those are necessary. We need those guys, and I support them fully. Special Forces in the Green Beret, I know what you're saying, and God bless you and the rest of everybody out there. Roger D. But I hope you didn't leave. I would be interested to hear more about you. Let's see here. Valhalla Mytha. Hey, what's up? Community police can do a better job than state-sponsored and private company funded. So that was that was anarchy. That's what we believe. You get your own fucking security. Like, we would be long dead before the police responded if somebody broke into our house. So everybody in my house is fucking armed. And my weapon of choice is not my P94. It's actually a cast iron skillet. Someone breaks in, I'm going to wang him with that fucking thing. And I bet you I could kill him with one shot. It's heavy, man. You hit somebody in the side of the head with that thing, they're fucking done. But you take my point. Like, we protect our own. We look out for the community too. As a Marine, a buddy of mine who lives down the street, and, like, when the kids are playing, we look out. If there's weird people in the neighborhood, we'll go out and respond to it. So we take care of our street, and I think that's where everybody can do the most good. Is everybody's trying to, like, change the fucking world, but they didn't take care of their own house. You don't know your neighbors. Get involved in your local government, because that's where the laws are enforced. That directly affects your life, and that's where you guys can make a fucking difference. So get involved and go to the city council meetings, go to the school board meetings, use your words. My wife got, she's fucking awesome. She went to the county commissioner and yelled at him because we got speeders on the street, and there's a school right across. I picked this house because the school's there and it's a nice open area, so I don't have to stare at other houses, and the kids can ride their bikes, and it's, like, kind of cool. But during school hours, there's fucking assholes. Like, one of them drives not the Dodge. What is that thing? Not a Challenger, a Charger. He drives a Charger. And he does, like, 40 fucking miles an hour on the street when kids are playing. And so my wife went down to the county commissioner and demanded that she get cops out here during school hours. And by God, there was, and I got fucking pulled over by one. So I was coming home. This is a true story. I was coming home from work, and I around the corner, and I came in a little hot. I was doing 35, but I slowed down to 15. And I guess the sign that said school zone started before the turn. So I should have been already doing 15 miles an hour. The cop pulls me over. He asks for my license. And he looks at me and he goes, "You live over here?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "You're a fucking dumbass." I go, he's there because my wife. He got pulled over by the guy, but we had a laugh about it. I told him, I said, I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. And he just gave me a warning, but it was just funny. I thought it was, is that irony? I don't know if that's irony, but it is funny. We have community looking out for each other too. The other day I went outside to make sure a city cop didn't violate my neighbor's rights, even though I wouldn't answer the door for one at my house. Yeah, and and that's the other thing is like, police, like when you get pulled over, I always say like fight in the courtroom because nothing good's gonna happen in the street. The cop, you know what I mean? You're gonna get your ass beat and you're thrown in jail, but that doesn't mean you can't assert yourself with your legal rights. A good example is I got in a car accident, a little tiny fender bender. I bumped this lady and it was no damage at all. Not even a scratch on neither car, but I bumped her. And she freaked the fuck out. She's in the middle of the intersection and she's like, "We need to call the police." I'm like, here's my insurance. Why do we need to involve the police? You got my insurance. Call, make a claim. I'm sure you're going to get a lawyer and you get 30 grand out of this. But she was just insistent. No, we need to call the police. I'm like, I don't understand why, but here's the deal. I got to fucking go to work. So I gave her my information and I drove home. Not Metro, the state trooper showed up at my house. And he said I would flee the scene of an accident. And I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "You hit somebody and you left." I said, "Well, how did you find my house?" "Oh, the fucking insurance card I left her. Like, what is the issue?" And this guy was like insistent on, like, I don't know if he was going to arrest me or write a ticket. And I was being a little too polite. Because I was a little scared, I'll be honest with you. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? My wife again comes out and she just starts berating him. She's like, "You motherfucker." I was like, "Holy shit." And she goes, "You know goddamn well he didn't fucking flee the scene of an accident." And he's like, we said, "We did everything we were legally required to do. She has our insurance." And she fucking like went off on him. And he went away. The cop left. And then Christina said, "Yeah, that motherfucker was definitely violating your rights. And he was being illegal." And we were guessing that maybe because he was a state trooper, maybe they knew each other, family members or something. And he was just going to fucking come after me to hook her up. Well, for what reason, though? First of all, there was no fucking damage. And I took pictures of it and I called my insurance and said, "This bitch is probably going to try to scam." But whatever, she's got my insurance. She can make a claim if she wants to. What do I need to fucking be there for? That was bizarre. That was a really bizarre thing. You missed a comment from Roger. Oh shit! Let's see where you're at, Roger. I don't see it. Oh wait, here we go. Roger. Special Forces Green Beret. No, I saw that one. Oh, here we go. I'm still a Green Beret. We were taught how to survive in the wilderness and everything else. And the thing I learned is always be kind to everybody on this planet. That's kind of how I am. It's like, it's all a joke to me. Like with the trolls, we just have fun. But I've been watching the podcast for a couple of Green Berets. One that the Valhalla guy, and who else? And they kind of explained a lot of what they did, and I was like, God damn, you guys, like, most of you guys you were a ranger first, right? Is that like a requirement? Because it sounded like most of them came out of the ranger battalions. And being a fucking ranger is a badass. There's a lot of Marines that go to ranger school, but they're not allowed to wear the tabs. Like, we don't wear anything on our uniforms, so a lot of the recon guys go through that school. But yeah, you guys are A-team. Remember? Yeah, the A-team. Remember with the I love it when a plan comes together and you got Face and Mr. Mr. T. I don't know what his name was in the show. I pity the fool. They always had to drug him to get him on an airplane. That was a Green Beret A team. They were wanted by the government for some reason. But we interacted with a couple of A teams out there, and they were fucking high speed, man. Let's see, where are we at? That would be hilarious to see you jumping a burglar with a frying pan. Dude, you hit someone with a skillet, bro. What do you think of BPC 157? If you're familiar with it, yes, I used it to heal from my bicep surgery, and when I blew my shoulder out, I used TB 500 as well. And but the thing is so right there's nobody that they're doing clinical trials now, so it'll likely turn into something that's going to be made by pharmaceutical companies. But right now, it's not, and it's really hard to know what you're getting. So finding a trusted source is an issue, because there's people that have gotten vials that they paid good money for, and there was heavy metals in them and other shit that's horrible for you to be injecting. Because I use the injectable. Like, I guess they have oral stuff now, but if you can find a good source, who do we go through? Actually, I have a vial in the fridge. Let me grab it out. All right, it's Liberty Peptides. And I've been using them for a couple of years now, and I mean, maybe it's placebo effect, I don't know, but I'll tell you what, I blew my shoulder out 2 weeks before I was supposed to compete at IPL Worlds, and I was just like, I'm not going to miss this competition, so I dosed up every day for 2 weeks on both of those, and I was able to bench press my opening attempt, which was 350 pounds. On the second attempt, when I pressed, my arm started coming out of the shoulder, and everyone was like, oh, and the spotters were awesome. They grabbed the weight for me. So I wasn't able to do my second attempt, but I got 350 on the books, and then I pulled a 680-pound deadlift, and I did a 610-pound squat, and that was good enough to get me second place. If I had a better bench, maybe. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I blew my shoulder out. I took this shit for 2 weeks, and I was able to hit, one and a half times my body weight. Let's see, that's 220. Yeah, right around there. I mean, it shouldn't have been possible. They always told me, like, you fucked your shoulder up worse by doing that, but I was like, bro, I trained for a fucking year for this competition. I was so fucking angry. I did that like 2 weeks before the competition, and I've been training my ass off. I'm at the strongest I've ever been in my life. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm not going to drop out of the competition. We had a hotel set up. We drove all the way across the country. And yeah, I mean, it worked. Good enough. TB 500 may be good. Real Country, Swagger Daddy, TB 500 may do you more good for that, or even a blend of both. VPC is mostly for inflammation. TB 500 is for soft tissue repair. Yeah, this is a blend, and it's actually got 4 peptides. It's got GHK-CU. It's got KPV, BPC 157, and TB 500, and then it's got the amounts. This shit, I'm gonna put it in the fridge right here. I actually bought that vial for my wife because she had hip surgery, and that really helped her, get ahead of the curve. Really appreciate the information. Yeah, no, I do. Thank you for helping me out with that, because I didn't actually know that. I mean, I've read what they do, but like, as far as I don't have like I'm kind of a dumbass. Like, people are like, well, what do you use that for? I'm like, I don't know. It fixes you. Like, what does it do? I don't know. Like, got little tiny robots that go talk to your cells and your mitochondria, and they tell them to fucking wake up or something. I don't, all I know is that I take a needle and I jab it in me, and then my arm starts working again. So there. I noticed that a lot in the last month. I've been taking the oral. How do you feel about the orals? Because when I saw that they were selling pills, I don't know why it bothered me. Oh shit! I just lost my screen. Oh, there it is. Okay. Looks like KLOW. Yeah. I made go to that pharmaceutical company and look at the blend you got taken. Sounds good. Yeah, and the reason why I recommend them is because, like, you don't know what you're getting, and there's so many people that are selling bunk, and I can't even prove that shit's real. Like, but I've gotten good results, so I've stuck with them. It seems like it works, so and it helped my wife too. So I recommend them, and even if my results are anecdotal, it worked. Risking cardiac arrest to look as mean as possible. Yeah, do I look mean? No. I'm not that guy. I try not to be intimidating at all. I smile at everybody. Okay, good morning. Who's that dumbass, that King Azuli moron? Where, he stares at her. Like, he's like, I intimidate everybody when I walk in the room. Like, dude, you walk in our gym like that, you're gonna get fucking clowned, bro. Like, that, you dumbass. Like, what are you doing? Stupid. Like, risking death to get a gallon of milk. I think you look like you'd be fun to hang out around a campfire with and have some drinks. Fuck yeah, man. Everybody used to come to Vegas, and nobody does anymore. I would be totally down, though. Let me hit the second set of bench. I was supposed to do some heavy bag training, but I wanted to work on my boobies. I'm detrained. I took like a month off. Oh, I love this bar. This is my PRX curl bar. I spent $150 on this fucking thing. Stay strong and keep up the good work. I'll tell people about your live stream, Real Country. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I kind of like stopped streaming for a little while. I was going through some personal stuff, but now I'm trying to get back on track. Because we have, as a matter of fact, I might be sponsored by a peptide company. One of my coworkers introduced me to somebody that in town here that makes supplements and peptides. And I want to vet the guy first. If he's the real deal, I would make him available to anybody interested that's subscribed to my channel. Probably for like a cut, I don't know. But I want to make sure that he's legitimate. You know what I mean? Swagger Daddy, my mom has a bone-on-bone arthritis in her knee. Oof. I got her on Glow a few months back. Really? She hasn't complained in pain in quite a while. Yeah, so that's the other thing, is it works really good on your skin. Glow's it's a peptide. What's the actual name of the peptide? I just have the bottle. Uh, it's is that the GHK? It's KLOW, so it's Clo. But I don't know which peptide it is. It's either the GHK or KPV, one of those two. But yeah, it works really good on skin issues. It's yours without the KPV. Okay. GHKCU BPC TV. Yeah, okay. The other peptides, it was supposed to be beneficial for your stomach and digestive issues, which I actually suffer from. Like, I'm a 52-year-old man and I get bloated. People always say, well, you're a big stomach because you took GH, growth hormone. I'm like, I haven't. And not because I'm against it. I can't afford that shit. It's like $500 a month. It's like, no, I'm a 52-year-old man and I get fucking bloated. Like, it's very common. Like, if I eat a candy bar, I turn into a puffer fish. I have to watch my diet because I get like a distended stomach. It's awful. Man, walking around at 12% body fat and you look like you're pregnant. It's like, thanks God. Candy bar isn't food. That's why. Yeah, but I got a weakness for ice cream and Snickers bars. And every time I eat them, I regret it. All right. It's actually kind of fucking humid. I'm actually going to get into a good urge for this. I feel a little discomfort. It's not painful, but something's not right. So I don't know if I should keep benching. Maybe I'll drop back down to. I'll do 135 to failure. See how many reps we can do. We were at the gym and this kid said, my buddy Steve, we were just walking by and this kid says to another kid, hey, how many times can you bench 135? And Steve, without missing a beat, goes, who gives a shit? I was like, damn, bro. So you don't think I should do the drop set? I don't feel like I got any work done. I was gonna go to at least 3 plates. You know what? You're right, though. Oh, you know what? I know what I'm gonna do. This is awesome for skull crushers because you go supinated, and then when you extend out, it fully flexes the triceps. They're all the way, they're stretched out. This is a 35-pound bar too. It's fucking heavy. Yeah, it is like a pullover. So when I do them, I just go. I don't go all the way up because I don't want to put my arms in a rest position. So I just keep them back a little, so it's constant tension. But you could do, yeah, if you could do it like a pullover, it's like, kind of like a 2-in-1 exercise. Did you say you'd have to pay $500 a month for human growth hormone? Yeah, dude, it's fucking expensive. Ugh. I got a 360 IU kit of somatropin for $140. Where did you get it from? 'Cause I go to Helix HRT, so it's they do a lot of bodybuilders like Jay Cutler. But you can get Anadrol from these guys. I don't know how it's legal for them to prescribe stuff like that. But you pay premium prices. My elbows get fucked up if I go too heavy. Yeah. But so I would recommend for people that have issues like that, conditioning. So like lightweight, huge sets. So like if I'm squatting, my max is 670, let's say. I'm gonna do 315 for like 100 reps to condition myself. And with joint issues, you kind of want to really go slow on the what's the technical word for it? Eccentric. You want to go slow on the eccentric, and then really stretch everything out, block it out. Like really, really try to just baby it. But you want to get a lot of reps in. Skull Crusher's got to work up from lightweight for the tendons to get there. Yeah, oh yeah, there's a lot of guys in the gym though. They see the gorilla, he's got 2 plates on there, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna show off, and oh, good job, asshole. I can sell you some custom forged work, homie. Or is money tight? Well, Valhalla, hit me up on Instagram, we'll talk. Yeah, that's right. You do the forge work. Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh man, you guys got to check his shit out. He's an artist. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Oh shit, that ain't good. What the fuck did that happen? Oh, I'm rotating too much. I see. There's that. This is a PRX bar with a lot of money. I don't know why I bought it. It was one of those impulse buys. You could probably get something comparable to it for cheaper. It's got these adjustable nuts, but they come loose when they turn too much. Let's see how this. I don't want to injure myself. These are Klein electrician's scissors. These are fucking expensive. And I'm going to use the wrong tool for the job. See if any of these fit. Ah, Bob's your uncle. It's got that lock nut. It's too small to get to. It's got. Well, I'd have to get a box wrench. Oh, for fix it. Alright, that should be good. Good to have tools. I'll leave that out there, I'll fuck with it later. Oh, shit. Okay, I think I got him. See if I'm sweating like fucking Shaquille O'Neal at the free throw line. G'day, mate. Humongous from Mickey Lloyd. From Melbourne, Australia. Hell yeah. Lord Humongous from the Road Warrior. Oh, I'm still here. You're saying hi to Mickey. Whew. I have a swamp cooler. I live in Vegas, so it's like 110 degrees in here. All right. I think we're good. I'm going to change my setup here. Remove the camera. Right here. See, very good view. Right there. Another. I have a mirror right here, so I can do when I train, I use a mirror a lot. Instagram, don't let me message you because you don't follow me. Well, I'll make sure and do that. I don't get on Facebook or Instagram much, except for messaging. So I don't know how that whole thing works. Like you can't talk to somebody that doesn't follow you. But if that's the case, I'll get or WhatsApp. You can use WhatsApp. I'd give you my number, but I don't want to post that on the live chat. Ooh, it is hot. Fucking hot, man. These are my cheaters. I have wraps, but if I'm just like hitting the bag, I just wear these. What's the setting you have? Yeah, so I don't know. But if I need to follow you, then I'll do that after the stream. I'll get on there and do that. Do a little bit of stretching here. Old ass knees. This is a horseshoe squat. You only did one exercise. This is probably the one that's the best. Because as we get older, we lose mobility. And this one checks a lot of boxes off. I hold weights just to kind of keep myself upright. Ooh, I'm tight. I'm gonna open the hips up. Ow. Ooh. That didn't feel good. Oh, God, I'm tight as fuck. This happens, you know, train for a month. Normally I can do the splits, but you can see I'm not all the way open. It's kind of at 52, it's use it or lose it. You gotta, even if you don't train, at least get your stretching in. I pin my arms here, push back on the knees so I don't slide. I'm going to, just before it gets painful, I'm just going to relax into it. Not bad for 52, huh? Ooh, that was graceful. Oh, so what I'm doing now specifically, so I put my hands under my feet and I'm going to arch my back like a cat and push all those muscles in your spine outwards to get stretch. It's okay.
You want a laptop charger? Mine's at like 18.
Oh. Can't use it.
Dang it.
What, no, there's other ones though. What kind of laptop?
Fuel.
Oh. Where's the charger with it? Where's it the plug? Looks like it's a USB-C. This headphones. So it's either this one or this one.
I think it's.
And you can just take it on my phone.
Oh, okay. Right now? Or
Yeah, you can plug it, it's charged. Just
Oh, yeah.
be careful.
Oh.
Here you go.
I gotta start working on the skill thing. For skill.
So I used to roll my ankles a lot. So now I do these. It's your whole body weight. It works your calves out too. But ever since I started doing these, I have never had an ankle problem since. And my knees are tight. Fuck, man, I don't even know if I should do this. If I should work the back out. Like, my stretching killed me. Whew. He's ready to make it enticing. And only lets you message. Well, I'll have to check the settings. Whew. I shouldn't be winded from stretching. King Azuli nunchucks. One of my guilty pleasures is I follow all the morons that are like the alpha male community, like Wes Watson and just those dickbags that like they con young men into thinking success is material wealth, and basically they live off the money they generate from people that buy their programs on how to like live like me. And if like Wes Watson, it turns out he didn't even own anything. Everything he had was rented. And as soon as people stopped buying his programs, he was fucking broke. I usually, Valhalla, I can usually, like I could do the splits, but if I'm taking a month off, it'll probably take me a week to get back, maybe two. Stretch every 2 to 3 days, consistently. But yeah, normally I could do the splits, the side splits, and like I could turn into the whatever front or. But now my knees feel tight. Like, 52, they're like, what's it like working out at 52? Like, well, okay, I'm as strong as I've ever been in my life. I'm actually, like, not right this second. I'd probably take a month to get back there, but the numbers I was posting before I took this month off were the best numbers I've ever posted. So, strength is there. But, I have to do a pre-workout for my pre-workout. You know what I mean? Like, so, like right now, I kick the bag and I'll look pretty athletic. Like if you didn't see what I had to go through to get to that. But like, say I'm sleeping in the middle of the night and someone breaks in the house. If I had to hop out of bed to handle it, I would probably wind up in the hospital. Like, I didn't stretch, my back went out. Fell on the floor, knees fucked up. Like, give me 5 minutes, will you? And that's just 52, man. It's like my mind still thinks it can do all this stuff. And I can for the most part, but what I've lost is fine motor skills or like gracefulness. You know what I mean? Like when you used to be able to tumble. Like here's a good example. When we're on the ground, we used to like flip back and pop up. That probably didn't look that great. When I was 20, I could fucking hop up in the air and kick you. Didn't feel like great either. But what I will say is, I don't know anybody my age that sounds like I'm bragging, but they can do what I can do. Guys lift, but they're not athletic, or they're athletic, but they don't lift. I'm a record-holding world champion powerlifter, one of the best in the world for my age and weight. No, the best. I'm the best currently until he turns 50. The guy that beat me at IPL Worlds when I was 49 years old, his name is the Russian. Is it Victor Gustav? He's on Instagram. This motherfucker, somehow he trains at 260 pounds, but then he does a water cut where he weighs in at 220, and then the next day he looks like he's 260 again. And he's a super nice guy. I actually trained, or like him and I correspond. My bench was my best in competition was 385. I actually did a 410 attempt, but I guess I hitched it or whatever, so it didn't count. But in the gym, I was pressing 425. He's doing almost 500 pounds at my weight class. Like, I squat more than him. He did a 585 pound squat. I did a 620. But that bench is so fucking badass. Like, that's like 100 pounds I need to make up. And then his deadlift, he almost did 800 pounds. Like, unbelievable. My best deadlift in competition was 680. He did like 740. So But I turned 50, so that puts me in the new 50 to 60. I competed once, right after I turned 50, and the competition total I posted was number one in the world for all federations, and no, I don't think anybody's beat it yet. So I guess that is that like a participation trophy. I had a 1600. No, that competition I did like 1610. But to get in the USPA Hall of Fame, I need to break into the 1700 pound total. And before I blew my bicep out, I was hitting 1740 in the gym. I had a 700 pound deadlift. I had a 670 pound squat and 425 bench. Touch and go though, so I don't know with the pause. It's been my observation that the pause is about 20 pounds. So if you want a 405 pound bench press in competition, you need to be pressing about 430. Because that pause, and they say go. I mean, that really, what they look for, the rules are you have to be stable. So if you touch nice and slow, he'll take go immediately and you press. They're looking for bar stability. So a lot of guys, they'll get kind of like hung up down there and they're wondering why the guy's not telling them to go. And he's following the rules, bro. Like, your bench sucks. Like, get good, motherfucker. I never understood powerlifting. Like, these guys brag about going, I went 9 for 9. I got all my lifts. That means you fucking didn't go for it, you pussy. I've never gone 9 for 9. My best competition, I went 12 for 12. Because if you're breaking records, which I was, and you hit all your attempts, you can do a fourth attempt, which doesn't count to the competition total, but it does count towards the records. So I had that was when I competed in Venice Beach. That was a badass meet. I had 12 attempts, most in competition, and I almost won $5,000. The guy that won the $5,000, he beat my total by 5 pounds, and he was an open division. I was a masters. So I compete in open and masters, because if I go to a competition and like I can usually compete with the guys in the open division, so I might win a medal for that. But this guy that beat me by 5 pounds, he almost blew his squat attempt. So I helped him. I told him, I said, hey bro, you gotta like, sit back a little bit more, like move the bar up a little to change your center of gravity here. And he did, and he got his attempt, and that's what beat me. And I didn't get $5,000. I was like, motherfucker. Should I take TRT in my 20s? Only if your doctor says so. I wouldn't recommend it. In my 20s, no, I wouldn't. Don't fuck with your endocrine system. So you gotta like guys that want to get on gear. I was asking like, what is your goal? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? I want to look swole for the chicks. Like, just fucking work out. Like, women don't give a fuck. Most of them don't like this. Luckily, my wife seems to. But if you're like, so you're competing. Like I'm 52. I'm trying to get in the USB Hall of Fame. I have the 7th highest total in history posted for my weight class. But the guys that like number 1 and 2, they're like close to 1,900 pounds. And then 3rd place is like 18, and then 4th place will be me in the 1,700s, and then there's a few guys that are in the 16s, and then it just drops off. Everybody's like there's a huge separate. No, matter of fact, I was the total that the rest dropped off at. I think it was the only, I had 1,640, and then the next highest lifter in our weight class and age, he was in the 1,500s. So like I'm getting into that outlier territory where there could be a conversation about me being one of the best lifters, masters lifters. At least like by percentage, I'm in the top. I'm in the top percentile. Like I wouldn't be like you wouldn't say my name with like Ed Cohen. But I don't know if Ed Cohen competed in his 50s. Most competitions that I do that are local, if I post in the 1600s, I win best lifter. Like, I'm the strongest motherfucker. The last competition I did, I was the oldest lifter, and I had the highest total of the competition. Um, I didn't win best lifter though. This motherfucker. So when they were calling best lifter, because it goes by dot score, it's a logarithmic math equation that does your weight, how much weight you press for body weight, but it's not like a 1-to-1 ratio thing. There's like some if you look at the math equation, it's fucking weird. But so anyway, Steve Dennison, the vice president, or he's the president of the USPA. He gets up there on the mic and he goes, "And the award for best lifter," and I started standing up, and it goes to Schmuckatelli, and I was like, "What?" This 135-pound guy had a 605 deadlift. I'm like, dude, I can rep that. Like, you know, I could crank 7 or 8 of those out. But 135 pounds, that's 4.5 times body weight. Like, dude, that's impressive. I had to. All right, well, what are you gonna do? You hang out on a few. Oh, you're talking to what? Hey, Zorro, what's up? Or Zyro. Pareto distribution, yeah. How old are you? 52. See how tight I am. Whew. I don't know, guys. A few rounds. Damn, the body in there. That fucking King Azuli guy was here in Vegas, and if I'd have known, I would have went and harassed him and got him to fight at this gym I go to. I want to beat his ass so bad, but he can't fight for shit either. Like, I saw a sparring match he did. He can't throw punches. He's a rock'em sock'em robot, and he thinks, because he's a bodybuilder, so strong guys think the harder you hit. I mean, yeah, you can hurt someone like that, but like you're pushing the punches. He doesn't know how to like roll or defend himself, and he got his ass beat. I would have found out where he was hanging out. I would have called him a bitch. What state is this? Yeah, Nevada. It's live in Las Vegas. I love Muay Thai. So I traditionally trained boxing. I did Taekwondo when I was younger. And the boxing training, we went to this gym called Artist Boxing, and he used to be under Freddie Roach. He used to be on Pacquiao's team. He's a hard ass fucking trainer, and me and my daughter, we trained together. She fights too, and she just wasn't having fun. Like, she would leave crying, but he was a good trainer. Like, he taught her how to fucking hit. And he got my ass, doing good footwork and defending myself properly, but he was an asshole. He was a fucking dick. And he was really expensive. I paid $1,000 for 10 private training sessions. And they were awesome. I mean, like that's where we really learned a lot of stuff, because you're one-on-one for, 2 hours. Usually they'll bring another guy in so you can set up sparring and shit like that. But that's like where you really learn. If you go to the gym, you'll spend time with the trainer and his assistants, but you're not really getting a good one-on-one, you know. So it's kind of like it's a hard way to learn if you just go there and participate. But if you pay for private training, this guy's badass. So I paid $1,000 for me and $1,000 for my daughter, and she was just not. She hated it. She was getting really proficient. I spar with my daughter. I have videos. You guys can check it out. Like, I don't hit her. I might tap her, you know, a little bit, but she can hit. And we were driving home, and we saw this one kicks Muay Thai. I was like, you know, I miss doing like karate and shit. So it's not karate, believe me. So we went in there, and it's Nick Blomgren. He was called One Kick Nick because I guess he kicked people's lights out. He was a K1 champion. And they had a couple professional UFC fighters there and a couple of K1 fighters. So it's a legitimate gym. But his wife trains. It's like a family. And they're super friendly. They're great with the kids. Like they didn't mind if I recorded. Like this asshole would never let me record. Because he was like, oh, you don't ever record anybody doing this stuff. No, this is private. And I'm like, I can't even prove that I go to this place, you fucking asshole. So I would set my camera up in my bag with a little hole in it. I did get some footage, and he found it on there, and he called me and told me to take it down, and I told him to go fuck himself. I was like, you might know how to fight, but I'll blow your goddamn head off. Anyway, so we started training at One Kicks, and we were going there for a year or so, and it's way better. So the only problem is like with boxing. So boxing stance, you do a lot of like slips, right? Well, that'll get you kneed in the face, really, and then of course this right here is gonna get that taken out. So that's why Muay Thai is more upright, because we check kicks. And punches are like really similar to turning the body like this, but you're not slipping. You never want to slip, and that's a really bad habit I had. Because I would either slip or, you know, bam. And they kept getting me in the clinch and fucking me up. And it took like 6 months to learn how to like stand properly. And because the coach would come up and he'd say, you need to stop that boxing shit. I'm like, fucking help me then, asshole. You're the trainer. You know, so yeah, after about 6 months I learned. But here's what's the cool thing about if you do boxing and you go into Muay Thai, you are a way better striker, generally speaking. I mean, they do teach them how to hit, but boxing, you know, you get the liver shots, you know, like you get your whole body into a nice hook. They just don't really do that. So the way I would hold my own in the ring with better fighters, because I'm real fighters going to mop the floor with me, but I could kind of hold my own for a round or two. Is I would shell up and just let them beat the shit out of me. They called me the world's strongest punching bag, and I would get in almost like for a clinch, and I would hammer him. I got a mean left. I throw my whole body into my hooks, and like if you let me hit you, and I'm 52, so you're probably like, yeah, you're slow as fuck. So actually, I'm good. I'm usually good for a round or two. I'll say this: most people on the internet grossly overestimate their fighting ability. And for me, what I was the first time I actually got in a real fight in the ring, I didn't understand how cardio, like you get gassed out. Like your body just stops fucking working. And I started using it to my advantage because I would talk shit and just let these assholes, like you get in the ring with a dick bag, you know, you wanna fight this guy. My strategy was to talk shit and let them beat the shit out of me until I started seeing him gas out. As soon as I started seeing him breathing like a goldfish, I'd start smiling and be like, oh shit, it's my turn. And you see his eyes get wide. He's like, oh fuck. and I would just go ham on him, and I was like, you hit me for an entire round, and you didn't do shit, you little bitch. You're like, that's what I would do to Azuli. Oh man, I would have see. I've been watching this dipshit on the internet. His name's King Azuli, and I don't know. Do you guys know who he is? Oh yeah, no, Judella's kicking ass. Like she can legitimately fight. She has bullies at school, and she won't hit them. And I'm like, why you let a girl put her hands on you? Like, what are you doing? And she just won't. She's not. She won't. She won't use what she learned on another person. And if she did, dude, she like kids don't know how to hit. Like, I have to wear headgear with her. She's a legitimate. For her age, she could fuck someone up. But she's nice. She's a gentle. She doesn't want to hurt anybody. Wasn't this dude a pro powerlifter? I am not the ultimate warrior of Muay Thai. I trained. I would never call myself a fighter. We do a lot of sparring, and we go hard sometimes. But like no, I'm not a real fighter would fucking annihilate me. Are you natural? No, I'm artificially flavored, but I'm fat free. Black tube. It has been an eternity. Any absent Jarl? I'm going through some shit in my life, and I just wasn't streaming. And actually, I don't mind talking about it on stream, but I think I'll save that for another one. I see my old ass still read this shit. This is the bicep had surgery on, so I used to have a really mean hook, but I don't really know how hard I could hit with this one. I would just want to condition it. But you know, like, you see how I, like, shift my whole body, and then I turn the waist? So it's like 3 points of acceleration. You snap the heels down, and that's moving me that way. And then you turn the waist, and then you got the arm. If you marry all three of those up, you're gonna fuck someone up. But you got like the bodybuilder, like that Azuli guy, he just punches like he doesn't know how to do it. Doing that. What's that gonna do? It's gonna ball up. Like, he doesn't know how to fight out of. So when you're fighting and you got someone striking you, you come out of it. Down. And you get off the center line, you move. You know what I mean? He just was like, I just like, sit down, faggot. If I ever draw on someone, they deserve every round I get. Yeah, I mean, think about it. That's true. Oh, Jeffrey. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to go for the Viking look, but I don't usually think I pull it off very well. What's a good way to start learning how to fight if you just turned 50? Go to a fucking fighting gym. I've been training since I was 49. I haven't fought since I was a Marine in my 20s. And I wasn't a good boxer, but I did smokers boxing. I won 4 fights, and then I got so beat on the 5th one that I decided I didn't want to do it anymore. And I found out that guy was a Golden Gloves. He was in the Navy. I never hit him once. He fucking annihilated me. But then I started doing like amateur kickboxing. Not like sanctioned fights, but like, you know, go to the kickboxing gym and like they got a ring and you get in there and they usually the gyms compete with each other and they set up fights and you match you up. They try to match you up with like appropriate competition, so you're not, you know, you don't turn into some professionals punching bag for 3 minutes. Like, get battered, unrecognizable. And they're real fights in that you're both going as hard as you can, and you're trying to win. But to think that's anywhere near what a professional is absurd. And that's why I say, like, a lot of guys that say they can fight but have never trained, like, they have no fucking idea what's going to happen to them if they get into a ring. Even with me, like, just me, the level I'm at, which is intermediate, I got the purple band. I know how to defend myself, and I'll gas that fucker out. And once he starts huffing and puffing, it's my turn, bitch. So, guys, they just don't know. So find a gym and go. Just go start training and see if you like it. I love sparring. I don't usually win, but it's fun. I was thinking of texting you about this. I'm going to transfer the Discord server over to your account. Oh, yeah, so I still want to do that. Oh, I was just talking with someone today. I might have a sponsor, a peptide sponsor. Peptide and supplements. And I got a IFBB pro bodybuilder who's also a nurse practitioner that does hormone, like TRT and steroids. And then I also have a personal trainer. Like, he's a good one. Like, he knows what he's doing. So I got a team, and I was telling them about the Discord server, and I'm trying to get back into this, and I'm trying to get it going again. Because our goal is, like, we're going to, even though I only have, like, 9,000 subscribers, I have a huge customer base that would be interested in the supplements, the peptides, and the HRT clinic. And I set that up, and I need to vet them to make sure they're legitimate, but we would get a cut of that. And the Discord server, if I charged even like $1 or $2, and I only got 20% of my subscribers to join, that's like $2,000 a month, So we're discussing, like, getting our heads out of our ass and, like, pulling the trigger on this shit. The problem is, I'm going to tell you straight up. So the reason why I didn't train for a month is because I relapsed. I went on an epic bender, and I was doing drugs, and I was just fucking living like a pig. And I lost a bunch of strength. And I went to the VA and asked for help. And I'm getting my shit right. It is what it is. Oh, yeah, I suppose, 1 to 5% of subs to join. Yeah, I suppose you're right. 20%. Well, yeah. But either way, I mean, we're leaving money on the table. You know what I mean? Like, when I was streaming consistently, I was doing like 2 streams a week plus shorts. I was making like $500 a month. I work construction. I don't really need the money. Like, the $500 is like, but $500 is $500. Like, I have to pay to train, and now I'm getting paid to train. And all I have to do is talk to you guys while I do it. Like, fuck, man. I don't know. I feel like I want to see if I can grow this thing. But I, by myself, am not a very organized person. I'm the guy, I'll do, you need me to build your cabinet or fix your car, I'll paint you a picture, sing a song, whatever. I can do it all. But I'm not really good at directing myself, like the business side of things, like the nuts and bolts, the organizing part. And I need help with that. I've never been really good at that. Any abs in your all? Yeah, dude, I haven't had a beer since 2013. And I was going through some shit. And I decided, like, fuck it, I'm gonna get a beer. I bet you I could have one. I went on a 4-day bender. Like I went right immediately back to the amount I used to drink when I was like a full blown alcoholic. And I was like, fuck. So I prayed to Jesus and said, I begged him. I said, please help me stop this. And I did. I just stopped drinking, and I felt like shit, but it wasn't that bad. I'm like, wow, like that, and the obsession went away. I didn't want any more. He answered my prayer, and I was like, well, what do I need to do now? So I went to the VA and told them what happened. And they're helping me out. I got some bullshit in my life that's going on, and it's I should tell you guys. It's a long story. I don't think I'm going to do it tonight, but I need to see a therapist because I haven't been able to deal with it. I've been having night terrors. I'm just a mess. I've never been like this my entire life, but ever since this incident happened, it's changed me. It's like PTSD actually, and I haven't been dealing with it. I've just been stuffing it down. But it's manifests itself, and like it'll come out in other ways. And I was creating issues with the people I love, and I just was like, fuck it, man. I was like, fuck the world, fuck all you. None of this shit matters. You just all you care about is the money I make, so you can leech off of me and fucking ignore my ass. Like, poor me. Like I'm not the problem, right? But when we get like that, we're not looking at ourselves. Like when you have an issue, the only thing you can do and the only thing you're responsible for is your part. The other person doesn't matter. You don't have control over them. So what do you need to do different? Like say I walk down the street, right, and I get mugged by a bunch of angry teenagers. Like I'm the victim, right? Well, what did I do to invite that situation? Was I buried in my phone? Was I not, walking assertively? Was I not situational awareness? Was I not paying attention? What could I have done differently so that doesn't happen to me again? I was looking at the camera. I was like the way the shadow is. I thought my nose was bleeding. Whoa, that ain't good. You need to stay away from alcohol. Yeah, yeah. Loin Hope 69. Yeah, I'm actually pretty good. I'm still learning a lot, but I'm a pretty devout Christian. Steve-O once said, I'd love to do weed, but my weed bone is next to my booze bone. Yeah, it's really easy to start making bad decisions once your brain is flipped over. Yeah, now I'm victim blaming. So I think what I'll do is I'll do maybe I'll stream tomorrow because I want to do some weightlifting, like squats. I want to get some heavy weight on my back. People keep telling me you don't train legs, and I always say like I don't work them out, and I'm like, none of them can even lift my warm up weight on squat. Like none of them. Like I guess my legs look skinny, but like I can squat three times my body weight. Over 3 times my body weight at 220 pounds. And I'm just like, the opening video to my channel is me repping 605 pounds for 5 reps, I think. But when they say you don't train legs, I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I guess because my calves are so small, I got a little tiny, wiry calves. They're like the size of my forearms. And people are like, well, don't you work your calves out? And I'm like, no. They're like, well, why not? I'm like, because it's not fun. I mean, I do whatever leg exercises I need to do to squat more, I'll do all of them. Try to make my calves bigger. I'm just not interested. I'm married with kids, and if it's not bothering my wife, then what do I give a fuck? mean, I guess sometimes I wish they were bigger, but at the same time, I don't know. I think they look cool. They're like little steel, you know, wiry. This is me untrained. Usually when I start squatting heavy, my quads will blow up. My ass gets big. I don't know, guys. That's a bad switch. Don't get old. Ooh, hips are tight. Are you a lefty? No, so the camera's reversed because I'm shooting from the front camera. Is it like this? The letters are backwards. I would love to spar Joe Rogan, like a friendly bout, just to see how good he is, because he kicks like a fucking mule. And we're both getting up there. I'm 52. He's got, what is he? No, it's one kicks gym, like the logo on the back. Oh, I'm wearing this nice. This is what I wear in the ring. I'm wearing the official gear. Oh man, this is like head height, this little baggie right here. It's a slip bag. Use it for boxing. Slip. Like when you punch, you come off the center line. So if you're doing it right, this little bag won't hit you in the face. So I'm not. But what I use it for mostly is just like kicking. I just kind of pat it around, keep the flexibility. Man, my hips are tight. No, that ribbon, so I did tear my bicep, but it's healed. It's going to look like that forever. It's deformed. Whatever. That is that's my rank, or the level of experience I have with Muay Thai. So it's purple. It's like the belts for karate. So it's an intermediate. Like I've been training long enough where I wouldn't be a liability if you put me in the ring with somebody, but not enough to, like, I'd get my ass beat by like the higher ranks. You look like you weigh 320. I kind of feel like I do too. Put an elbow in the bag. Oh, yeah. So this one here, this is what I use for the band broke. And normally what I would do, oh, that's great. It's Vegas, man. These get dry and they snap. But I would wrap the band around my head and then work the clinch. You know, because when you're doing the clinch, you want to get your arms in there. But like I'm so strong that if the guy won't let me get my arm in, I could yank him. So you know I can pull him down, and then you just toss him, and he flips. So that one advantage I have is in the clinch, I'm fucking super strong. But, you know, that's what I use that bag for. That thing weighs 100 pounds. It's really dense. It actually kind of hurts to hit it. How tall am I? 5'9". I'm 5'9", and I'm not fucking insecure about it. Like, the guys that are like, oh, I'm 6 feet tall. They wear platform shoes. Who gives a fuck? 5'9's an average height. I don't think men that are insecure about their height. I guess like if you're really short, maybe. But you see him like Wes Watson. That guy. I like following the alpha male universe because it's hilarious to me. These guys are such fucking idiot clowns, and they give such horrible advice. Like they don't give any real life advice. Like somebody comes to me and says, you know, what do you have to offer? Like I'm gonna tell you everything I fucked up and did wrong, so maybe you won't do it too. like I'm gonna give you it raw, man. I'm gonna tell you all the good and bad. But I'm not gonna sell. Like first of all, like your goal is just to get money and bang a bunch of women and drive fancy cars. That's nothing but pure hedonism, and it's empty and hollow, and you'll never be fucking happy or satisfied. And if you don't learn that we're gregarious by nature, and women are not objects for you to fucking basically use as masturbation toys. And if you get a real relationship with one of them, and she loves you back, you'll find way more happiness in a 1,600 square foot house with a Chevy Sonic on the driveway than you will with a rented Bugatti in that empty mansion where everybody hates you or they're there to try to use you for something. Like, that's your goal in life? Like, okay. Because you're not a real man if you can't buy your woman a Birkin or whatever. I don't even know what the fuck that is. I had to look it up. I was like, it's a purse. And I was like, that's fucking stupid. Like, why would you pay $10,000 for a purse? I don't even comprehend that. It amazes me what people would rather have than money. You know what I mean? I got 3 cars. I got a Tahoe, I got a GT Mustang, and I have a Chevy Sonic to work because it gets 40 miles to the gallon. I live in a 1,600 square foot house. I have a wife and 2 kids, and we usually get along pretty good. I think I'm fucking beyond blessed. For as much as I've fucked up in my life, I should have been dead many times over. The amount of blessings I've gotten, like just even being able to buy this house, I got it right before the prices shot up, and I got a 3% interest rate. And to get a VA home loan, you have to have a 620 credit score, and mine was not. I was like 5. See, it was bad, like bad. But somehow, like the realtor worked with me, and he did some voodoo magic, and we got some bills paid off, and I was able to get just barely above 620, and I got the house. And what's amazing about it is if I would have bought it a month or two later, I wouldn't have been able to get it. So like this is a miracle. Like I was homeless. I was living in a gutter. I never thought I'd be able to buy a house. I thought the best I'd be able to do is rent something that looks nice. And rent goes up every year, so my mortgage stays the same. It's $1,300 a month. And now to rent a house like this, it's over $2,000. So it's like, this to me is a mansion. I have more shit than I know what to do with. Like, look at this fucking dump. I got, my daughters and I have drum sets. I got a fucking Smith machine back there. It's being used as a coat rack. I have about $10,000 worth of training equipment. I got everything I need to train for. I train for Worlds and Nationals in this garage. I got a deadlift bar, a Texas deadlift bar. I got a Titan Olympic power bar. I got a camber bar. I got that little Swiss bar. I got everything I need, like right here. I got 750 pounds worth of weight. If I get strong enough where I need more, okay. I mean, so far it's worked pretty good for me. Some of the appliances suck. I need a new fridge. Things break. That kind of sucks because, like, I'm dad, so when something breaks, they're like, "Hey, you need to go fix this." And I'm like, all right. See, I'm kind of cursed too because I'm one of those. I did construction and heavy industry and engineering. I went to school for engineering, so like I fix shit, and they know I fix shit, so they're not gonna fucking call a plumber. They're gonna ask me to do it for free, and I don't fucking want to, like, but I can. Like, if we're broke, I can fix it myself. So that's kind of cool. Can we take a second to truly hate the Paul brothers? Rich Piana's I actually knew Rich Piana. He was a cool dude. Were you always that big? No. So I was always kind of stocky. I would say when I was a Marine, I was about 170, 180 pounds at the most. And I was a tiny teenager. As a freshman in high school, I was a 4'11" kid, and I got the shit kicked out of me every day. I didn't win a fucking fight in my life, but I'll tell you what, I never backed down either. I always said, you could beat me up, you could stuff me in a locker, you could do whatever, but you'll never shut me up. And I probably invited a few of those ass kickings because of the amount of shit I talk. Like, I never backed down from a fight, but I always got the shit kicked out of me. But what it did for me is, I'm not scared of anybody. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, pull a gun out on me or something? Like, once you've been punched in the face a bunch of times and you realize you're not made of glass and it's not that bad. I've had my nose broke 4 times. Like, you can properly defend yourself because you're not fucking timid and scared of everybody. And then you see these guys in this, like, they're going back to the alpha male universe. Like, they talk mad shit. They've never fought in their life. But I always thought, like, okay, you got money. And you're telling everybody you could beat John Jones. That actually came out of his mouth. That just tells me you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Go to a gym and start training. If you want to tell everybody you're a fighter, go fucking train and be a fighter. I don't understand why these grifters have to lie about stuff when they could just go do it. You know, like, you want to tell everybody you're the best boxer in the world, but go to a gym and start training boxing. But it's like I don't know what it's like, an ego issue or something, or they're infantile, and everything's either like, everything's always solved with violence. Like, I'll kick his ass. Like, well, okay, but that's not how adult men carry ourselves, generally speaking. And that's actually felony assault. So, just so you know. But let me ask you a question. If you do kick his ass, what does that prove or change? Like, if I tell you the sky is blue and you're like, it's red. I'm like, it's blue, and you're like, fuck you, I'll fight me. And you kick my ass. Does that make the sky red now, or so what do we, this exchange, what actually happened that produces results? You just act like a fucking animal, and they have the mind of children. You can tell that they have rich parents and they've never had to work in their lives, because they just don't understand how strong, assertive men act. Like we don't talk like that. We don't act like that. We don't threaten each other. Generally speaking, if there's an argument, we have discourse. We talk it out. Every once in a while, you get some infantile egomaniac, and he gets a little aggressive, and somebody puts hands on you, then you fuck them up. But you don't need to tell people like I'm the best in the world. I'll beat you. When I walk in a room, I stare everybody down. Why? So they all know you're an asshole? Like, what does that do for you? You look like a jackass. Like, I would laugh. I'd be like, look at this motherfucker. Oh, dude. I don't understand. I don't understand, like, that whole, like, need to be aggressive. Or, like, they think of being aggressive as being assertive. Like, real strong, assertive men are calm. They're direct. And they're nice and pleasant to be around. And they usually like lead people, like they direct, they're strong and assertive. Infantile egomaniacs are fucking assholes who are untested, and because they're untested, they're like that little dog that barks at you all day long, and then as soon as you turn around, it runs. And then they get exposed for being what they are, and it's hilarious to me. Like when you're done living like that, come over here. I'll sit on Uncle Chuck's lap. I'll spin you a yarn. We'll fix you up. Let's see here. It isn't Reddit, and he says if he misses our messages, resend it. Which one? You ain't gonna get a cherry when someone says they're gonna kick my ass. And it usually diffuses. Yeah, and it's all stupid. It's like posturing. When I was working at Resort World, I was the safety manager, and we would sit by the fence and watch the people walk into the casino. And these two dudes got in a fight, and they were defending their women. The women were arguing, so the guys squared up, and they're like puffing each other up, and like the women were like, "What are you gonna do? Like, kick his ass?" And we were just laughing. I'm like, neither of them wanted any part of that. But they didn't want to look like a bitch, so they had to do the chicken dance thing. It's like, here's the thing: if somebody puffs up to me, I'm fucking going. Like, I'm not bumping chest with you. I'm gonna grab you around the neck and I'm gonna slam you on the ground, and then I'm gonna end it. Like, we're not doing that shit. And it always catches them by surprise because they don't see it coming. And that's what you learn in the fucking Marine Corps. Like, I just fucking hate that shit. Someone gets in your face. To me, the second they get in my personal space, you've done fucked up. And I'm not going to try to posture or argue back. I'm going to take you out. And I'm going to bounce your head off the ground, and I'm going to put you in a fucking arm lock, and I'm going to tell somebody to call the cops. And that's how that's going to happen, because I'm not dealing with unhinged lunatics who might have a gun or a knife or who knows what. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that shit. But I also don't put myself in situations where that happens. Generally speaking, I smile at everybody. Like, I don't have those problems. Nobody fucking comes up to me like that. I'm reading your comments while you get this attention to read my message. Perhaps you can get his attention to read my message. What did I miss? Smiley, let me go back up. He hasn't read it. I'm random on the internet, but I've lost several friends of mine to substances over the past 5 years. Oh, man. If you are struggling with addiction, I hope you take this recovery period seriously. Well, I appreciate the sentiment. Yeah, I've lost a few friends to fentanyl. Yeah, I'm not going to get into it. I actually kind of do want to set up a live stream and talk about everything that's going on. Because people are interested. And it would be nice to be able to talk to somebody because I haven't been able to. My wife doesn't want to hear my shit. So I can't talk to her. I have a therapist at the VA, but that's once a week. I got some fucking demons, and it happened about a year ago. Something happened to me It really fucked me up. And I haven't been able to get over it. I need to. I got to find a way to process it because it's just like there under the surface. It's buried, and it's causing issues in my life. Yeah. Ashley Walker, how's your evening? Honestly, it's pretty good. I'm not training. I'm supposed to be hitting the heavy bag, but I'm talking to you guys, and it's 9:42, so I got to get off here. But I got I did a little bench in. I did some stretching. Next time, what I do is if I'm going to do a back session, I'll do my stretching before the stream starts, so I don't have to waste a half hour doing that. EMDR therapy, if you have it. Oh, check that out. I don't know what that is. Yeah, so, being in recovery as long as I have, I was sober since 2013. I've been going through this rough patch. Where am I going with this? So, I was going to the VA for help, and I got close to a couple of guys, and they were heroin addicts, and both of them relapsed and got bad drugs that had fentanyl in them, and it's a fucking bummer, man. It's it really sucks. Actually, yeah, I hope you stick around. Subscribe to the channel. Oh, cool. I really appreciate that. Next time I'll try to pay a little more attention to the stream. I kind of got rambling there, and I wasn't really reading the comments, so I apologize for that. If I'm staring at this screen, I'm 52, so these little letters right here, I'm like, huh? What? God damn it! These kids and their goddamn emojis. What a shandle, baby. Really? I can't read. Oh, really? I know I have reading glasses somewhere. They look retarded too. Please don't ever be sorry for not paying attention. I have ADHD and I know what it's like. My doctor seems to think I have that too, and he wanted to put me on Adderall, but I was like, I might like that too much. You know what I mean? But I will say this, so I was, one of the drugs I was doing was cocaine. And it made me focus. So my friend said I probably have it too. He's like, oh, you're one of those. Well, what do you mean? He goes, well, most people get zooted out of their mind and bounce off the walls. You fucking calm down and go to sleep. Said, well, okay, what does that mean? He goes, your fucking brain's wired different. You talk to your doctor, you probably have ADHD. I'm like, oh, all right, that's good to know. But yeah, it would calm me down. I would be able to focus on one thing, because for me, I have to stay busy, because if I don't, if I'm sitting with my thoughts and I don't have anything to distract me, it's not fun. It's a bad place to be. So they got me practicing meditation. They just sit with your thoughts and just let them pass. Getting a little better with that, but the thing that the ADHD part is I don't have an issue. I can complete my tasks, even if I'll start something and I'll go over here and do start something else and be like, oh shit, I have that going on. But I'm able to get I'll get everything done eventually. Burn the house down. It's tough being left behind when everyone dies. I have some theories about that. I would like to share them with you, but that'll be the next stream. We're going to get into quantum physics. I actually went to school for engineering. I still got to get 20 credits to get my degree, but I took some really advanced chemistry and mathematics classes, and I started. I wouldn't call myself a mathematician, but I know enough about quantum physics to be dangerous. I have some ideas about So I have this theory that like I've died like 5 times already. But what happens is the observer, what a Schrodinger's cat, is it alive or dead in the box? You don't know until you observe it. Well, you're the observer, and you don't die. You go to the next closest alternate universe timeline, and you keep living. But everything's a little weird because I noticed like I died, I blacked out, I drank some rubbing alcohol. This was back years ago, and I passed out in the shower, and I guess when I woke up, I was in a gurney and like a hospital bed and whatever. But I feel like I actually died because I noticed like that was right about the time when the world started getting fucking stupid, and like there was weird shit going on. Like before, I was like everybody loved veterans and they had yellow ribbons, and now everybody hates veterans and that all these fucking weirdo liberals and the transgender shit. That's all started right about that time, and I'm like, when did this fucking start happening? Like, where did the Americans go? Like, what the fuck happened? How do we turn into a bunch of whiny socialists? Um, I was like, you know what? I bet you this is a fucking alternate universe. Like, so I have a theory. We don't actually die. We keep going on, but in that universe, you died, and they're mourning your death, and it sucks. Uh, but then I'm thinking, well, you need to take care of yourself then, because if you keep living until your natural life is over, what happens if you get fucked up? Like I get in a car accident, and like I'll wake up in like in an alternate universe, and all my limbs are fucking like, oh shit! Now I have to live the rest of my life as a cripple. So you need to be careful. So I try to take care of myself. No, I'm not in Texas. I am, or Jim Dandy. You asking me or somebody else? Valhalla, yeah, I've died multiple times. Did you? I mean, but did you notice like you legitimately thought you died? Like you were nothing, blank, and then you wake up and you're in a hospital or whatever. Did you notice like subtle changes in the world around you? Like shit just wasn't quite right. It didn't seem like it was this way before. Or like when did all this shit start happening, kind of thing. Another way of looking at this deeper level layers of hell. Yeah, and I am a Christian. I would say I'm not a zealot or anything, but I absolutely believe in the Bible. But I don't think that this idea is incompatible with that. All right, guys, it's 9:49. I could do this all night, but I got to work tomorrow. So I'm going to try to stream tomorrow, and we'll pick this up. No, I'm in Las Vegas. Jim Dandy. Las Vegas, Nevada, baby. Home of the real cowboys. You have some like the rodeo guys. They're some of the best in the world come from here. We go watch them at South Park. They got an arena where they do the rodeo. Bill, when the fucking rodeo comes to town here in Vegas, it is big. Valhalla, I will check out Instagram and see why we can't talk. PBR in Vegas, yep, yes, yeah they are. And I used to own horses. I was a quarter horse rider. My wife, Jessica, she had a Texas Walker. No, Tennessee Walker. Yeah, they did a little weird gallop thing, and I was like, that looks retarded. But it was, I don't know. But I wouldn't say I'm a cowboy, but I actually, I'm a fucking weirdo. I go in there, they're all looking at me like, what does this asshole do? I have my own style, and I don't give a fuck. I don't really fit in with any crowd, and I always seem to stand out. And I don't know if it's because I'm an attention whore, but I'll hang with everybody. So I'll go to the rodeo and hang out with those people. Anywhere I go, it's like I'm a little off. Not, one of these things is not like the other. And my wife's like that too. She's an exotic beauty, but she's one of a kind. She hates my guts right now. My aunt even rode bulls when she was a teen. Damn, that's fucking hardcore. All right, guys. I have so many thoughts going on right now, but we'll do this. We'll get a stream going tomorrow. We'll talk about this stuff. All right. I love you guys. I will see you on the battlefield.